Okay, let's start looking at Cocaine Blues now. And this song is in C, and on the first two measures, we're going to be playing around the C chord, which is a slightly unusual C chord. I have my first and second finger here, where they would be if I was playing a regular C. I also have my pinky fretting this G note on the high E at the 3rd fret, but I have my bass on the 6th string at the 3rd fret, giving me a G. The first measure is just picking through this chord. So nothing spectacular there, but in the second measure we get into some offbeat hammer-ons. So what's happening here is we're playing our bass and then this note on the 2nd string. And we're going to hammer on with our pinky to this note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. But as we're hammering on, we're also going to be playing our bass note on the 4th string. So it's immediately after we're playing the high E, which is open. So it's then we're playing our bass note again, and now we're going to start to transition into the F7 chord, and we're going to be doing this by hammering on from the open 3rd string to the 2nd fret. And again, our bass note is coming as we're coming down, so it's and then the 2nd string. So the second measure. And so that leaves us at the end of the second measure with these two fingers already in place. And the third measure begins with this bass note. So our thumb needs to hook over quickly. And then our third finger comes down, completing our F7. And so the first part of the third measure is just playing through this F7 chord. But then we're back to our offbeat hammer-ons. So we go so what you see here is that we're staying on our F7 on the 3rd and 4th measure. There's going to be several offbeat hammer-ons here. So the first one is after we play these notes, we come back to the bass. Now I'm lifting my finger off on the 3rd string, playing the open string, hammering back down. As I'm hammering down, I'm hitting the bass on the 3rd fret, so it's and immediately after that, to close out this third measure, we're playing this note on the 2nd string. That needs to ring into the 4th measure because we're going to be hammering on with our pinky on the 3rd fret again. But it's an offbeat hammer-on, so we're hammering into this bass note. So with that hammer-on, we're at the beginning of the 4th measure. That continues with the high E, our bass note on the 4th string, and then we're going to hit this note on the 2nd string again. So it's now we hit the bass on the 6th string while this note on the 2nd string still rings out. And then we pull off. And now we pluck the 4th and the 3rd strings. So before we go any further, let's play through these those first 4 measures. This is the trickiest part of the song. If you've gotten here, it's pretty much a cakewalk from here on out. So to move from the end of the 4th measure into the 5th measure, we're going to walk up on the bass on the 6th string. So we're going from the open E to this F note with the thumb on the 1st fret, and then our 3rd finger comes up and catches this note on the 3rd fret, and that transitions us into our C chord with the G bass, which is measure number 5. Nothing too tricky there. Now measure 6, we're lifting off everything except this bass, which we pluck. We play the open 3rd string and we're hammering on to the 2nd fret as we're playing our bass on the 4th string. Then the open 2nd string. Now we lift off this finger, the bass, and the open string. So it's comes down again on the 4th string. Our 1st finger comes down on the 2nd string to pluck these notes. So it's so this 6th measure pretty much leads us into the final part of this verse, and it's pretty easy going from here on out. So if we start at the 6th measure again, so as you can see, there's nothing too fancy happening here. The 7th measure, I'm hitting bass notes, this open 3rd string, then I'm having a regular hammer on from the open 4th string to the 2nd fret, and then this note at the on the 2nd string, and then just repeating the bass notes, and that's one way through this part of the song. So let's end up playing through this slowly a couple of times. And that's all there is to the introduction to this song. If you're interested in learning the whole song, I'll put a link in the description to one of Stefan Grossman's DVDs where he teaches this whole arrangement. But hopefully just learning this introduction that we've been working on will help you to get rid of those blues feelings whenever you see a thumb fretting an F comes up, or one of these funky offbeat hammer-ons or pull-offs crops up in the song. And so I hope this helps out also with other songs that use these same techniques.